I hear you, Blake scream. Hey guys, hey T Kelly, hey Outlaw Trucker. Um, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm sorry I'm a couple minutes late. You know, real life with the kids. My little one's on an antibiotic and she doesn't like it. She don't like the eardrops and she just gives me a hard time at bedtime. But I'll play my little short intro here and then we'll get into it. Okay, I'm using Restream. I've used it once or twice, um, but I don't know how to change my icon picture. I've tried everything. Um, I guess I used up my StreamYards, which is wild because I don't go live that much. But the streets of YouTube have been crazy because I'm using Restream instead of StreamYards. Apparently, I used my monthly allotment for StreamYards for another 5 days, and I've used Restream before. But till my channel makes a little bit of money, I'm not putting out money for StreamYards. I don't know how this is going to work because before when I used it, you could only share a couple minutes of content. So hopefully, since I'm on a computer and not a mobile, it'll work better. But is the sound okay? Hey, Saucy. Hey, Helen. So, what do you think about what's been going on? I mean, come on. Poor Betty called the freaking FBI. Hey, Stephanie. The FBI. And she wasn't even drunk. But what was in that coffee cup? I'm starting to wonder what is really in that woman's coffee cup. That she would actually think that the FBI would even entertain her. And then to mute it so we can't hear anything to make it seem like it's more than it is, because you know they were laughing at her, right? Y'all know that. Hey, poor chap. Yeah, they probably got the best laugh of the day. I mean, I can hear it now. No, sir. He typed the word, he or she, I don't know if it's male or female, but he typed the word grifter in my comment section during one of my lives on YouTube. He is stalking and harassing me because he spelled G. I would be laughing so hard I wouldn't even know what to say. Um, I mean, what do you say to someone like her? But you know, she's claiming that she didn't know, but she ran into blank screen, and he or she actually rubbed up against her or something, and was sending her stuff. But we all know that's not true. None of that's true. She's made all that up. It was probably her at a grocery store somewhere, and someone bumped into her, and she took that as harassment because that's exactly what the bullhorn would do. But I'm almost done with my world famous YouTuber discovery. I've got eight more eight more people to make it an even 100 on if they know Bullhorn Betty, since we're not far from each other. I haven't so far found not a one, but I'm putting it all together. It ought to be a pretty funny video. Hey, Algene. Hey, Remy. Hey, Texas Tiffany. But I know none of us, you know, deal with this jelly bean and stuff. But my gosh, this girl gets the simp of all simp awards. She goes hard for Molly. I mean, she goes hard. Oh, I can stream from. Wait a minute, Outlaw Trucker. I can stream from my OBS studios that I download all my videos with, and it'll show my content. What? Okay, I didn't even pay attention to that part of it, but I'm definitely going to check into it. Yeah, I'm not. Hey, Stifler's mom. Hi, Revival. Hi, Step B. Apparently, I didn't even realize I used 20 hours of live time in a month. I didn't think I went live that much. But StreamYard says nope, and I'm not paying them yet. I mean, I'm not going to put out more money for this channel until I start actually making a 2 cents. Till they actually give me my 2 cents AdSense money on my videos. I mean, that 2 cents eventually will add up. I'm thinking. I'm not sure. I you know who knows with them, but yeah. So I've used Restream before because you could share content on a mobile device with it, but it's limited whenever you're not paying. You can only do like 4 or 5 minutes, but it was better than nothing. But anyway, I just came across this jelly bean only because someone brought it up to me about her, and she's actually doing whole lives just about Molly and all the things Molly. I just I don't get it. And Veda, girl, since you want to keep saying that this was all a scam, that we set her up, that everybody, I mean, so many of us set poor Latisha up and Molly and everybody else, including you. You know, you were framed, you were set up, you were everything. You say there was no police report, there was no Danielle doesn't exist, and there was never a summons. Well, guess what, Veda? I got some clips here. I'm gonna call you out on that because see, unlike you, I have actual proof that this stuff happened. You, on the other hand, have no proof of anything in your twisted little mind. And why? See, I don't like this already. Restream keeps going blank on my screen. StreamYard never does that. I got to keep touching. Okay, that's going to give me fits all night. That's going to make me go crazy. I have to hold on 1 second. And the clock says 8:30. Okay, sorry. I'm still got the kids up. She's using the doctor's appointment tomorrow as the excuse to not have to go to bed early. I'm wrong. But first, I think I talked long enough for YouTube. Hopefully, I know they want you to talk for the first few minutes before you do it. And see, it says edit name, but it won't let me edit the icon. I'll figure it out after the stream. It's not that big a deal. But I do want to share this. So let's go to share screen. Oh, I didn't. And also, this is just my opinion, and it is covered under fair use, Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Where are my banners? How come it won't let me get my banner? See, I don't know that about StreamYard or about this either, but I thought I had a banner already done for StreamYard or for. Where's my banner? Add source, no. Where's my banner? Graphics, no. I don't want to overlay. Okay. Well, I'll just keep saying it and I'll have to add it because I don't know where it went. It should be right here. I did the banner. Add source. Background music. Okay, no. Okay. I don't know where my banner is on here. I made one. But again, this is fair use. And it is covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act because we know that they like to try to get you. But we'll go to Jelly Bean. Oh, see, I like this. You can control on stream or restream. Okay, let me know if you guys hear this.
everyone. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing?
Now this is
I hope
Jelly Bean.
everybody's having a good day.
She started her channel. Okay, she goes quiet quite a bit. Um, but she started her channel to defend Molly. Okay, why aren't my comments moving up now? See, it's another thing I don't like about this. Wim, thanks for coming in, Wim. We're going to do the ODS. Oh, come on and get on with it now. Not for you. What are you doing? Oh, this YouTube. It totally just went blank on me. Sorry about that. What the hell are you doing, YouTube? Okay, now it should play. No. Back her up. All right, there we go. Hey, good Gumby. Hey, Fancy Girl. Hey, Anya. All right, I'm going to try to fast forward a little bit because they go hard for Molly. You know, she goes really, mm, she really just thinks Molly's done no wrong. It's mind blowing. And she's live tonight with a special about Molly. Okay, get on with it. Okay, all right, I'm done with that. Let's go. Hi, Blank Slate. Hey, Stepworth Mom. Where'd you go, Jilly? Why do you keep going quiet? Okay, she's gonna get into it finally. But Molly does. Okay, but this whole live here, you're defending Molly, saying how she didn't deserve none of this. Those are all the things Molly does. She attacks people like that. I don't know how you don't know that. You've been there for how long? It's just the right one. I bet you this isn't even the right one. Okay. I'm going to stop this one because I do want to go to the other one first, and I don't want. But she's talking about all that stuff. But listen to her video. To her, Molly's never said anything like that about anyone. Doesn't go after looks. Okay, this is the video where she simps really hard for Molly. And according to her, never attacked anyone, has never been hateful to anyone, has never went above below the belt, so to speak. And she doesn't lie. She doesn't tragedy pimp. Basically, she's a saint in Jelly Bean's eyes, anyway. Um, you can't hear it, Nunya? Can you hear it now? Can you guys hear it now? All right, I'm going to play it on my iPad then. It's not working with free speech for some reason with the volume. You guys couldn't hear that at all? I'm going to play it from the iPad then. I don't know what's going on with Restream. Sorry about that. She doesn't show her face anyway, so we'll just listen to it.
her reasons why she's not going live about it. Then she said that, I'm sorry that you got the wrong impression of me when I said something about food and you took it the wrong way. I didn't mean it that way. Well, saying things like I only have a clementine and a Powerade and one piece of bread. I just drank my last Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper. That pretty much says I don't have any food, as you asked me, but whatever. Then she said, this has gotten way out of hand and it's disgusting. Her family has been threatened to end their jobs. And it's not her fault, but she does care about her. And she knows that she doesn't know who she is. And she understands that, but she does worry about her. Now, we asked her not, yeah, this is golden. I asked her not to contact her. I think we all kind of did, in a way, you know?
She's talking about one of Molly's old simps that is upset because she was asking for money and got it off of one of Molly's simps that always give Molly money. And now she's saying she was used and they're trying to get this woman to give this money back. Anyway, I'm going to fast forward through that. They told everybody not to talk to her, and they pretty much kicked her out of their little clique. And we all know which Molly simp we're talking about, which Molly sub that gives out all the money. So I don't need to say the name, but yeah. Okay. She goes quiet a lot.
Her info. You spoke to her privately. You didn't think it would get out, and it did. And that's why you got caught out. That's it. That's all. Just stop contacting her, please, for her sake. Stop contacting her. The only way you should contact her one last time is when you send over $200 to her Cash App. That's all she wrote. That's it. That's all I wanted to say on that. So now we can talk about Molly. To me, that's telling me you're hungry and you need the food as well. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
To me too. Me too.
Okay. Can you get on with the Molly stuff? Sorry, I had to go tuck the kids in again. Hubby's not home yet, so. And they like to be tucked in sometimes when they know mom's busy. About 5 times.
It's pretty funny, but whatever. Hi, Sonia. So I decided that I wanted to do a stream today where we can just talk about Molly Go Lightly. If you have any stories, I want to get to know her better from her supporters, and I want to hear how long you've been supporting her, watching her. Are you in Patreon? Have you ever met her? Have you ever, did a meet and greet? Has her being your life coach changed you in any way? There's so many people out there running.
Okay. She really think Molly like coach anybody. Yeah, she was did things in people's lives, but I couldn't even imagine doing live after live on wanting all listen want to do nothing but talk about Molly Golightly and her awful life coaching. But it gets worse.
This crazy. Let's see. When Molly says she's broke and needs money to pay her credit card, but then takes lavish trips. Well, you know, Molly's been doing this for a long time, okay? And I really, honestly, at the same time, think that her credit card thing is a joke. Because, honestly, think about what you just said. If she was asking for money for someone to pay her credit card and then turn around and make those trips, and she just got back from a trip when she asked for someone to pay her credit card, it was just kind of like a joke, to be honest with you. I think she was kind of impersonating someone, and she does it for.
What? Is she for real? Is she really serious? A joke? Girl, you've been following Molly for how long? There was no joke about her scripting. There was no joke about her begging. Are you kidding me? Wow. You drank a lot of that Molly Kool-Aid, didn't you? A whole lot.
Is that she does people's questions all the time. I don't think that she needs any money to pay her credit card bill. I get what you're saying, where you're coming from, but as long as I watch her, um, I never got the impression that she is me or anybody else to pay her credit card bills or her bills. What she was doing, she was making income. She has a lot of streams of income other than at the time when she was on YouTube. She's not even on YouTube anymore.
Wait a minute. Are you for real? Me? I'm going to mute him in a second. Sorry about that. I had to cough. I cannot believe this woman's for real. She really is thinking that people are going to buy what she's saying. Molly doesn't have multiple streams of income, so to speak. And Molly begged on a regular eBay, dry bag, whatever you want to call it, on a daily basis. In fact, she would even get all drunk up and stuff and threaten people to give her money, cash apps and PayPals and super chats. And if you dared want to leave her Patreon, she destroyed you. So yeah, it was all about the money. And yeah, she mentioned many times how much her credit card bills were and how she was over on her PayPal and everybody pitched in. Now they paid that, didn't they?
But she also has a husband too.
Oh, that's questionable.
To pay things if needed, but she likes to do it on her own, and she makes money on her own.
What are you talking about? She does it on her own. No, Molly said many times how old Wally boy takes care of everything. You know, the house, home expenses, even gives her an allowance, which, you know, hey, they're married. You know, you pay your bills. But don't get on here and act like and say this stuff because you're not speaking the truth here. You're not fooling anybody. And, honey, you need to go to the nearest Kool-Aid detox center that will detox you off the Molly juice. You really do. I'm serious. You need off the Molly juice.
Whether it was YouTube, whether it was other things, like I'm not going to sit here and talk about what she does and think I know everything. I might not know everything she does, but she has other incomes and other ways of making money, and it wasn't just YouTube. I don't think so. But yeah, that wasn't the same thing though. At the same time, because you know, if you're referring to me talking about going to Gypsy, gypsy made a private phone call to somebody and then talked about how she had no food in her refrigerator. She had no gas in her gas tank. She had no money to go pick up her nobody for gas to go pick up her grandson. She had no food to feed her grandson or herself. She needed money to buy him a gift. But she's saying this to this person to make them feel some sort of way to where she would give her the money for these things. But then turn around and do a live and show what she just bought herself and show what she just bought herself on vacation and bought for everyone else. That to me is totally different. But then everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Yeah, Molly is on kick. If anyone here has her kick,
Molly talked as well, didn't she? But you all jumped the gun. See, Molly was here for years. And at first, Molly didn't do this evading, driving, and getting her bills paid, having this outlandish wish list of stuff. Yeah, she didn't do that. She eventually got there. You guys came right out the gate because you do it yourself, Jelly Bean. So, you guys jumped many pages in the Molly book.
Link, you can drop it. Crazy. One of the first questions that I'm going to be something. So, what are the good things about Molly? I have a lot of good things. I was just hoping that others would be here to say some more exciting things about her, some nice things about her. How do I watch her on Kick? Sorry, I don't know what that is. LOL. Kick is another streaming channel. I believe it was mostly gaming, but you can stream. A lot of people do. There's two Kicks, I believe. But the Kick that she is on is KICK, and you can get the app or you.
Sorry, guys, I had to go to the kids again. There was a little tiny baby spider that wasn't even alive, thank God, because I'd had a heart attack. Don't do spiders, not even the tiny ones. But yeah, they just needed me to make sure. Can you guys hear this? We'll get into beta in a couple minutes.
Browser and just put in KICK, and then when you go into Kick, you could hit in the search button, just put in Molly Go Lightly, and you can sub up to her page. Turn around and do a live and show what she just bought herself, and show what she just bought herself on vacation and bought for everyone else. That to me is totally different. But then everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
She only bought for herself, by the way. And yeah, she would brag about what she paid for whatever she bought. Okay.
Yeah, Molly is on Kick. If anyone here has her Kick link, you can drop it. It's crazy. One of the first questions, though, had to be something. So, what are the good things about Molly? I have a lot of good things. I was just hoping that other would be here to say some more exciting things about her, some nice things about her. How do I watch her on Kick? Sorry, I don't know what that is. LOL. Kick is it another?
Okay. So no one in her chat, I don't know how many's in her chat, is saying anything nice about Molly as of this point, but they're getting ready to touch on the funeral stuff. Remember back when she actually did record some of the funeral of that little boy? Wait till you hear what Jilly says about all that.
Streaming channel is, I believe it was mostly gaming, but you can stream. A lot of people do. There's two kits, I believe. The kit that she is on is KICK, and you can get the app. Or if anyone here has her kick,
She goes quiet.
when Molly King was also last time wanted to meet her, but she was so busy. She is a busy chick. I'll tell you that. She does get around, and that's one of the things I admire about her. You know, I feel like she does what she wants when she wants it. Like, I wish, not only do I wish, you know, I had the funds like her, but I wish that I had the balls to book a trip that takes 24 hours to get there and go there by myself for a week. Like, that's dope.
Okay. You don't think it's strange that this is a married woman with a child and she never ever travels with her family? I mean, you don't think that's kind of weird? I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking your own vacation, like, but all the time. And then when you take these vacations, you spend 90% of your time in the hotel room, gorging on food, drinking, a few other things, and streaming live on YouTube. You don't think that's a little weird? Okay.
If you ask me,
I didn't ask you.
we all miss Marissa on YouTube.
No.
But at the same time, people wonder why, like, she's not getting her child back. I definitely, without a doubt, 100%. And I can speak for a lot of people when I say this. She definitely, without doubt, can get her child back. But why would she want to? You know?
Okay. Number one, you can't speak for anybody. Number two, you're wrong. She did it, Bill, which came out of her own side's mouth. I don't think Molly's gone for good, because I've learned on YouTube that they find ways to come back. They get caught again, they just do it again, and it's just a revolving door. It's going to be a while before she does, but she, little by little, is trying to inch her way by doing little things to see how far she can push it. But no, she can't get her channel back. She's banned. You understand that? YouTube has, given people their channels back, but going down the road, she broke TOS multiple times. Come on. But you can't sit there and say you can 100% speak for anybody but yourself.
For her breaking it down to me, she wasn't even really making money anymore. She stayed clear of the true crime. She just didn't have the time or the patience to do it at the time. Her mom got sick. She had to be there for her. And her.
Okay, wait a minute. She wasn't making money on YouTube? Are you kidding me? Go look at her Playboard if it's still up. If you still can. I don't know if you're banned, if you can still look it up on Playboard. But girl, you really do not know what you're talking about. She never really was true crime. She was drama. And hate. And harassment. And attacking. And doxing. And she threw in some threats. But yeah, okay.
Family and her mother, and fortunately, it took a turn for the worse. Her mother passed away. A lot of things happened. Somebody sent a creep to her house for a month stay.
Okay. Number one, nobody sent that woman. Who the hell can afford to pay for a month to stay and go lightly bad? Are you kidding me? Who would even go to that extreme? And I know who you're talking about, who she's blamed it on. I don't believe that. I don't like that person. I can't stand that person, as a matter of fact. But I still don't believe that. Number one, no one has to go to that extreme. This was an Airbnb, yes. That's how the house was booked. It had nothing to do with what. Oh my God! Wow! Wow! Where is my chat? Why can't I see chat? Those messages, I can't see them. Oh, Darlene, oh, restream. Now I know why I quit using it. Now I know why I quit using it. Yeah. You know, why are you trying to go over there? Yeah, now I know why I quit using it. It's not giving me my message. Come on. I have no idea why. And I can't look it up on here. I'll get my phone. Okay, let's go back to this. What's going on? There we go. Come on. Hey,
like things were happening that it's just things. It wasn't worth it. YouTube wasn't worth. It's not worth for not being even getting paid like that anymore, and making money. It's not even worth getting it.
Molly was making money. All right, come on. But what you're also about, Molly was spiraling for a long time. And it was before the unfortunate with her mother. That wasn't the catalyst. It was Molly, okay? Molly was making money. Don't let her keep it.
Her child back to come back. Like somebody sent someone to her home for a month stay. That to me is disgusting. Who does that? Yeah, that would be great, Jesse. But I get her. You never know. You never know. Never say never. You never know. But I know that once that person came into our home and we figured it out, and then she figured out who sent her. Wow, that is just low of the low, and it might not be talked about anymore. It might be calm, but I think it's the calm for the storm because I know there's a police report.
Sorry, guys. Restream wouldn't let me bring down my chat, but I got it working out. You guys, can you hear this? Hey, Bama.
And I also know from his own mouth that I heard with my own ears, he is not letting it go. He is not letting it go.
What?
And I wouldn't either.
What's he going to do?
Not being let go at all.
What are they going to do to that poor B&B guys? What do you mean they're not letting it go? Molly's the one that did that wrong to her. She showed her ID on YouTube. She gave it to a psycho. Look around. Are you kidding me? They're not going to let it go? It's breaking up every word. All right.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it all of it. And I think I said it a million times before. I just don't understand. lately go, I have done so wrong for all this nasty and hateful.
I'm going to try to go back through restream. I don't know what my speakers are. I checked them. Everything's fine with my speakers. I'm going to try to just go back through YouTube with restream and see if it'll play there. I don't know what the hell's on. It's pissing me off. Okay, I'm going to keep on here. Alright, I'm going to try this way again. What the hell is going on? You guys hear that? You guys still can't hear that? You guys can't hear that at all? It's got messed up? Now I'm using restream. I don't know why my speakers aren't working. I went in and checked everything, checked the settings. Everything's go back to the speaker settings. Should be playing just fine, and it's not. Go to settings. Go to audio. Okay, microphone. Everything is good. Let's see if that helps. Why is it taking it through my OBS? It shouldn't be. Huh. Maybe that's why. Let's see if that helps with the sound. I'm going to turn it back on. The way it's going in and out.
I don't know how to do that. You guys still can't hear that? Was that still breaking up really bad? Is the sound still really bad? Let me see. Oh, okay. What's it using it? It's all on. Can you guys, is it still breaking up really bad? Still really bad. I just end the stream and it'll take me right back. It can bring me right back in. I can try that. I did restart my internet. Did that make it better? It's worse now. Can hear your mouse clicking. I don't have a mouse. I have a touchpad. Huh. I think with Restream you have to end the stream. Okay. How do we do? I'll get my phone on you, or we could do it on the iPad. You mean in Discord? What is going on? Nothing is working. I give up. And this outlet's not working. What? Oh, I guess I need 1%. All right. Yeah, I'm looking at this is not working. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the sound, but if I end my stream and go back in, maybe. Nanya, do you want to do the? Do you want to go into Discord and or what? Or what is going on with my sound? Hey, Carps. Hey, Sally. Sorry, guys. I'm having problems here.
Okay, Nanya, I'm calling you through Discord. Oh, my sound's working better now? The whoosh stopped. Sound is much better. Okay, let's see if we can play it. I don't know what happened. Let's see what works.
The only contact that we want to see you have with Miss Navy that is to cash at her $200. Don't text her, don't call her. Just be a decent human. Give her $200 back. Keep the 75 for the gift that you gave your grandson that you bought with the money, or if you didn't buy it, whatever. You said you were broke, you asked for it, so you got it. Just don't contact her. That's all we ask. That's all she asks. If you're not going to do it for anybody else, do it for her. Leave her alone. She doesn't want to be contacted by you. That's why she.
Okay, they're trying to get this woman to give back this money that was get. Can you hear it now? Nope, still breaking up there. It could be the video itself. I'll go back out and go back in. With the, maybe that's what it is. But even playing it from my iPad, it's doing the same thing. Let me try playing it from my phone. Oh, so over this. I'm really disgusted. I checked Restream before I did this, before I even set up the stream. Everything was working fine. I think it's the settings. Jolly's video is not messed up. I think it's the video is too high to be played while streaming. No, because it's on YouTube. I'm streaming right from. Maybe turn down the quality so it doesn't click out. Okay, let me try that. Video. OBS. It's its standard. Maybe that's why. Let's try it. I don't think you can on here. Let's see if that helps. OBS camera. Okay. Let's see if that helps. If not, I'm going to play from my phone.
Okay, maybe that. Yeah, yeah. I didn't watch her back with Summer Wells. I watched a few of her videos when they
Is
were
that
up.
any better?
Um, I still don't see a reason of the type of hate that she gets. I still don't see it. But I don't. But I don't agree with everything Molly says. Does you know? But I still support her. And I still like her, and it could be vice versa. She's not. You know, she ain't perfect, and she never claimed to be perfect. But there's still like there's no reason for all the hate. I believe.
I turned it
I just
down.
don't get it. And I'm not here to. I'm not saying okay. I just don't. I'm not. There's a lot of people like her. There's a lot, and, and I'm not singling anyone out. And I'm not like saying okay, they don't have a right to their opinion because they do. But what? is it that she did that was so horribly?
It's the video that sounds like static.
100%.
Okay, I'm gonna play
Never
it from
look
your
back.
phone.
She's the worst person
I'm just gonna
on
play
the
it
earth. I don't
from
get
your
it.
phone. Sorry, guys. I checked all this before I came live. Apparently, I didn't do a good job.
And I'll do it again if I have leftovers, and I'll eat it for lunch or something tomorrow, or dinner or something tomorrow, and do it all over again because that's what I do. I'll tell you what, if you did like the list of shit that they tell you that you can't eat with acid reflux, I wouldn't eat. I just don't get it. Like chicken's on there, and all the good vegetables. Because I love vegetables. Most people, when they find out my
I'm
favorite
gonna fast
vegetable, they're
forward.
just like, ew. But I have acid reflux too. I have never changed my diet. I love frozen and sweet peas. I love all peas, to be honest with you. I love them all. I like Brussels sprouts. When did all this ugliness and hate start with you? And she said, as soon as I did true crime. So really, I just don't get why. And some of the stories she told me that I will talk about is kind of crazy, sad, disgusting.
Okay, first off, your buddy Molly started her channel to harass, stalk, incite hate, and destroy a victim, an alleged victim, who currently has a lawsuit going on, who currently just tried to get a restraining order against her, which y'all lied about that too. So, Molly started her own hate on herself. She created all of this, and it wasn't because of true crime. It's because she's Molly doing Molly. It was going on before, like from day one.
Brussels sprouts are good, Jesse.
Are you kidding?
You missing out. And another, I said, what was one of your favorite moments that made you so proud
Hey, Bash.
on that was related to YouTube or whatever? And she said raising $50,000 for St. Jude, which is incredible.
I have questions
That
about
I've not
that.
seen not one person do on this platform.
Okay.
Myself.
Yes, she did raise money for St. Jude's. I give her that. The amount, I have a question, of course. But also, never mind. Never mind.
Oh.
I won't touch it.
That's such a great thing to be proud of. It's a blessing. It's amazing.
Did you happen to watch her last fundraiser for St. Jude's and how she acted and her behavior and the nasty things she said? Oh, wait, that stream was taken down midstream because of her behavior and the music she was playing, I'm sure. But I have a feeling, I can't speak for St. Jude's, but I have a feeling, because unlike you, I don't say that I can 100% speak for anybody but myself. I just get the feeling that St. Jude's wouldn't have wanted all that on their fundraiser. Sorry. And I know you were watching her fundraiser. You know, the trans fashion she did, which was horrific. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Molly did nothing if it didn't benefit Molly in the way she wanted it to. The St. Jude's was just a cover for what she's been doing. It wasn't about anything else. She didn't give two shits. Or she would have never behaved the way she did. That's just my opinion. And this is just my opinion, you know, fair use. For some reason, my ticker is not coming across the screen. But yeah.
$1,000 for St. Jude. It's a person like I think it's great that a person can do that. It's a blessing. It seems all this should home and be with each other. Hang out in their own group. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I don't see why though. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't. It doesn't make sense to me. On why though? Oh, tragedy picks and shit. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Now that clicking's coming from her video. I just heard it.
Yeah. I mean, I know the last time she raised money.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I was only there for one fundraiser, I believe. No. I was there for. I saw her raise money for Olivia Newton-John when she passed.
Huh?
And
why would
towards her last couple weeks on YouTube, she raised a good amount of money
for herself?
For St. Jude.
What?
Drawing a blank on the price.
Yeah, because it wasn't the last couple weeks. It was at the end, right? And her stream got taken down midstream, and she was using that as a. She used the St. Jude's fundraiser so she could go on and do what Molly does and behave horribly. What are you talking about the last couple of weeks? Did Molly write this script for you? I'm curious. It sounds like it.
She raised, but the amount she raised, but I know that there was a lot. It was a lot, and I know I contributed to it. So.
Okay. How was it a lot? She got cut down midstream. I don't think she raised all that much at that time. And thankfully, that one went straight to YouTube. Not like other ones where people would give her the cash apps and the PayPals or the super chats, and she was supposed to make the donation. Those are the ones I have questions about. Not the ones that went directly to YouTube.
I think at this point, they're all approached to each other. Yeah, like, cause they call when you call somebody things, you gotta have some.
Stargazer Mom, I have no idea. Honey, is everything okay? Can you guys hear it?
Then you got people like telling you like people on this platform that think that they're creators, but they say things like YouTube don't want you here. We got rid of you. I mean, me personally, I don't think it was one person that got rid of it, that they got her channel taken away. Well, not one person could do it. In my eyes, in my opinion, it was a mass report. I don't think one person.
You're wrong. It was Molly, one person, who got her channel taken down. You're right about you were wrong about the mass anything because, as you know, YouTube themselves responded on Twitter with a message about that. Molly broke TOS multiple times. That's why she was taken down. She did it solely on her own by herself.
But it did it. And who is somebody to say that YouTube doesn't want them here, you know? You heard that today? That's crazy. Who are you to say YouTube don't want you there? The fuck? And who are people to dictate who they can and who they should and shouldn't watch? Others shouldn't watch. That's another thing that gets me.
Molly did that all the time to her subs. You know, she. Are you sure you're not doing a self reflection of Molly's behavior? Because some of the points you're making is exactly what Molly does or did.
Everybody has the right to watch whoever they want.
Exactly. I got a question for you.
I personally wouldn't give a fuck if there was 5 people in my chat, as long as they wanted to be here and they didn't let other people dictate where they go and what they do and what they say and shit. To me, that personally. Hi, the real me too. How are you today? That means more to me than having hundreds of people here just because, you know.
Just because what? Are you still
Very
there?
simple. Very simple. You would think it's very simple. But I'm glad that, you know, it didn't end up to be a bad thing for her leaving YouTube. It was more of a favor.
Huh?
And the fact that she's over there living her best life on Kick, making money.
From the messages out of her Patreon that I'm getting and seeing all the time, I don't think she's living her best life. I just don't think Molly's living her best life. And I don't think she's making all that on Kick either. But she's so addicted to streaming, I don't think at this point it matters. But yeah, you really drank a lot of that Kool-Aid.
Makes me happy.
Okay.
And she had to be doing something right over here because she was, at one point, she was making 10 grand a month. Damn. That's bank. And she left.
She didn't leave.
Only making 6. She went from 10 to 6. That's still good in my eyes, but it's a major, you know.
Sorry, guys, I had to call. Oh, no doubt they bought subs.
I also asked her, how did YouTube change? What are some, and I'm going to only say one of the things she said because it was really sweet and touching. I asked her,
Why won't you say all she said?
we're going to like do a Q&A with her and stuff. So, hey Cricket, how are you?
Apparently, Molly was supposed to have showed up for this stream and didn't, so she's doing it anyway. 10,000 a month scamming people with her lies. Yeah, Kirk71, yep. Jilly, you too can sell your soul and exploit people's tragedies if you like for some change. She does. She's got the e-bacon down good, the good Anya. Molly trained these people well, but they jumped many chapters in the training manual because Molly didn't start out like that, and she wasn't like that at first. Hey, nonsense. But then she got like that. They jumped right to it out the gate with their first live. I mean, come on, Veda didn't even have 200 subs, and she had a Patreon. Even Molly had to tell her to slow her roll a little bit, but she didn't. But yeah, this Jelly Bean, I think she really needs to seek some Kool-Aid withdrawal therapy.
Yeah. And I bet though, Jessie, if she came back, she would get them all back. And then some.
Mm.
I say never say never. I was looking forward to celebrating 100K, even though it really didn't matter to her much. Yeah, me too. Hey, Jassie's
Oh,
mom.
yes, it mattered to her very much. And in fact, Molly knew she would never pass that 100K review because they really tear your videos apart. They watch everything. And there's people that haven't gotten the 100K plaque. And I've been told there's even a few that lost their channels over the review. So, yeah. Mm.
How are you?
Molly wrote you a bad script.
I said to her, I said, what is one of your favorite moments that happened? Like, what's something really good that happened to you throughout your 5 years on YouTube? And what her number one answer was?
What?
All the amazing, beautiful, wonderful people she has met, and all of us
Okay.
as are like subs and Patreons or subs, her members, her friends, like that to me was so sweet.
I'm going to puke. That is a bunch. That's a crock of shit. Because you are only good when Molly needed you for something, and as long as you were paying her. And as soon as you didn't, you were no good. And if you left her Patreon, she let the world know and tore you apart for doing it. Girl, this is what you're trying to build your channel with by getting on here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm, yeah.
It wasn't not that was her number one answer
No, it wasn't. I'll never
with
believe
no
it.
hesitation.
Bull. Bull.
There's a lot more, and there's a lot more to come. I'm just going to do it right. Not going to do it half-assed. We're going to get this right.
Mm.
Because you know what? She was going to celebrate 100,000, you know?
But you just said she didn't care about it. It didn't matter to her. So now you're saying she was going to celebrate. She still had a ways to go to get to that 100K, though. She wasn't there yet. I don't know if she was going to buy some more or what, but she had a lot of inactive subs, too.
She needs to celebrate something.
She's trying to bring MGL back. I had to go look in 2 days now. She's been simping for MGL. Oh, she was going live with part 2 of this tonight, and Molly was supposed to have showed up for them. I don't know if she did tonight. We're going to get into that. But she didn't show up for this part, so I don't know if it's a script she's reading. But damn, I'm telling you, the machines got everybody on YouTube. Everybody, and they got into my computer and took control of it and my internet tonight too.
Hi, driver lane. Be careful driving. Hope you had a great day. I figured you were doing something. Never heard from you, so
Okay, can you
be
get on with
careful.
it? Get on with it.
she said another cool thing that happened to her when she got to help the FBI with the Gabby Petito. She said that's something that
didn't help the FBI.
I didn't know. There's a lot of things I didn't know, and that's another reason why I want to do a Q&A with her and do some stories on her, because I feel like I want to get to know a lot more than what I already know, because there's a lot that I don't know.
You know what? You hit the nail on the head. You don't know, because everything you're saying and what you're getting ready to say isn't true. And you've been watching Molly for quite a while, so come on. Why are you simping so hard for her? Why don't you build your channel on what you want to? You're going to build your channel sitting here. You couldn't get no one in the chat to tell you anything good about her. That didn't answer it for you? Okay. Maybe she meant the YBI. Oh, don't sing, please.
How you doing, Navy vet?
Oh, that's who you were crying about with Gypsy. That's who
You
gave
feeling
Gypsy
good
the money.
today?
And brings Navy vet right into it. Hey, Scorpio Sting. That's who, when she was talking about that golden gypsy, saying that she needed that money for food. Hey, Jen T. And she needed that money for gas and all this other, and a gift for her grandson. There you have it. All Molly Simps. And as soon as Molly was out of YouTube, her Simps were hard going after the ones that give out the money. Yeah, nonsense. I'm telling you, the machines have been playing havoc on me tonight. Let me tell you. I'm using Restream. I checked it a couple hours ago before I even set up the stream. It's off. It's been working awful. I can't share my videos. It's not playing right. I don't know. But I'm going to try a different video. But yeah. Thank God for Nunya and T. Kelly and Outlaw Trucker and everybody in the chat. Y'all helped me. LG. I was ready to give it up. I'll go back to my StreamYard because I can work that so much easier. The Restream's nice. It's just, I don't know. I didn't know I could go live right through stream right through OBS. I'm just going to do that. I can't sleep. It's 2:39 here in the UK. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for coming in here.
Did you eat, my boo?
Can you get on with it about the funeral part, because I got to call you out on that. Jilly.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, Jesse. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate you. Hope all is well. You're doing good, Navy vet? Good. I've been a submariner for 5 years. It's so unfair what's happening to her on here.
What?
And it's all over jealousy, period.
Jealous about what? You tell me one thing that anybody's jealous of about Molly. I'll wait. Are we going to need burnt toast waiting services? I think so. There's nothing about Molly's life that I want. Nothing. Nope. Not jealous of that. Because if I'm going to go to Greece, my family's coming with me. We're going to have fun. I'm not going to stay in a hotel room gorging myself and streaming. Oh, well, she couldn't stream like that because she's not on YouTube no more, but we've seen it with many hotels. Yeah, no. That's a hard no. Not jealous. Not a bit. Nope. I'll live my broke, solitary life just fine.
You didn't eat, Navy vet?
Yes, I can, Nanya. Good idea.
I'm coming. I'm coming to your house now. I'm on my way. We're fixing in Georgia's house, getting ready for the birthday party. I'm exhausted. Should have had me come over. Nurse has done 2 Q&As. I know one of them with Justin, and nothing was off limits. Oh, well, I'm gonna be doing one. And I figured things. I just had a really bad day today. The real me too. And the more I got questions answered, the more questions popped in, and I was running late, and it was just a crazy day for me. So I'm just gonna do it right. So it's gonna happen most likely by Friday. I have a lot that I'm catching up on. No, and you live too far away. I'll find a way. I will send somebody maybe that been following us for a while now, and what happened was unbelievable, and we just couldn't believe it. I truly miss seeing her on these tubes. We all do. That was so sweet, Pia. And she misses everyone too, And even a lot of people are over there on kick also. Some are, some aren't. But it's just not the same. Yeah, Ro, go get her. Go get Navy Vet, Ro. No, I would want it to be no limits either. And she's not the type of person that gives you limits either. She's straight up. As long as I've been watching her, she was that way. Yeah, kick ass can be a pain in the ass. It definitely can. I'm glad she's doing well on the other side and making money, good money, and stuff. But straight as they come, of course. Hi, Joan. How are you? Making dinner and listening. Thank you. What you making, girl? She had a little too open. Sometimes they ask me, but that's just who she is. So you either love her or you hate her, and I love her. She actually just posted a Patreon when we were on the phone a little bit ago. If you guys are on Patreon, did you guys see what she posted?
Yeah, I get all her Patreon posts, and it's nothing to write home about. But she just needs to give you a better script.
Lasagna, come over. I would love to come over, June. I don't eat lasagna if it has a lot of cheese in it, though. And my stomach hurts from this damn barbecue sauce. It's feeling better, actually. How you doing, go ass Alex?
Can you please get on with the Molly stuff?
I have the fan on. You guys hear that? Is it really, really, really loud? Or are you guys good?
I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
Miss Money Signs over there, I guess, is reaching out, still reaching out to people in Patreon and in out Patreon. And she's just asking people to just please go ahead and block her. Oh, thank you, Joan. Yeah, anytime, honestly.
Oh, wait, Danielle, she's going to really simp hard for her here in a minute.
So, yeah.
I had planned on doing Betty, but then
You're
I
not,
see
you're not moving out the country.
You're boring now, girl.
Who's what? Oh, money back, money signs. Who do you think? Got it, girl. Christy called me on Mother's Day. She said she's not well mentally. I will not speak on her, but I offered to pay if I could. I don't know what happened between y'all, but she's not doing good. I mean, I will not speak on her mental health, but she told me things that upsetted me. Oh, really? What kind of things did she say that upsetted you? Do you want to speak? Do you want to know what happened? Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
I gotta move you guys across the room, across my patio.
Miss Butterteeth, Miss Tyrion. No, I'm talking about Pornhub. I don't wish anything bad on Christy.
You're boring now. You really are. Get on with the Molly stuff.
I don't wish no harm on her. I don't wish harm on anyone at all. I apologize to you, Joey, and I told her to tell you that, but I was shocked when I heard all that stuff. You apologize to me?
I'm gonna fast forward, guys.
Hear from me. Just know that I'm okay. My phone's gonna get shut off, and I don't have the money $45. Okay, here's 100. Pay your phone bill and get something to eat. Since you have no money, I know you're hungry. If you don't see me in chat, just know that I'm okay. You can call me or text me, but I don't have internet, so I don't know when anybody's going live. Let me know if something's going on. What do you mean you don't have internet? How much is internet? Well, I would need to get a hotspot. How much is the hotspot? $50. Okay, well, here's 150.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. That's what, this other person.
Who is giving them money like that? Are they serious? Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Going through hard times, but I'm not getting in. I'm not begging. Wow.
And, so she felt that she was taken advantage of by the same person. So she reached out to me to tell me that about some cat litter. And I added somebody to the phone call.
Okay, I'm done with that.
And she didn't even know this person from a can of hate. Not one can of hate. And she said, you know what? People like her ruin it for people like me. I do not have any money to buy my grandson a birthday gift. In the first 10 minutes of the conversation, she said that. And then she got $75 for a birthday gift. Well,
okay, wait a minute. So you're telling me, and we all know who she's talking about, as far as the person being, yeah, you got it, Nanya. Didn't know this person. 10 minutes into the phone call, she sent her $75. Come join my chat. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but you have no idea. Oh my. T. Kelly, you know what I'm talking about. Did I get on here?
Come to find out she's asking for money for a birthday gift from other people. And got money for it. So then it was like, oh, I don't have no money. I don't have gas in my car, and it takes diesel, and I don't have money.
Okay, so she had no money to buy her grandson a birthday present. So this person, who she never talked to before, 10 minutes into the conversation, gave her $75 to buy a birthday present? What?
Go pick them up. So here's $100 of gas money because it takes diesel.
Oh,
I don't have nothing in my refrigerator. I only have a clementine, a piece of bread, and a Powerade. I just drank my last night of Dr. Pepper. And then, so, oh, you don't have no food? No, I don't have no food for me, my grandson, nothing. Here's $300, go food shopping. She got $575 from one person in a matter of 3 days that she just met. And she made $75 in the first 10, 15 minutes. I almost,
what? She can't be for real. Yeah, exactly, nonsense. And the minute Molly was gone, they were knocking each other down to get at her and a couple others because they're the ones that give out the cash. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's a lot. Oh my God. Whoa.
I don't know what her when she started her channel.
She can't drink water.
But then it went through depression. My dad's dying. I get it. It's hard. It's hard. I went through the same thing with my parents. Both my parents. It's very hard and difficult. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say that she wasn't sweet to me. She was. But she took advantage of somebody's kindness. And she was blessed with that $75 that she shouldn't even got because it just we're literally talking about that. And you went ahead and did the very fucking thing that we said.
But Jelly Bean, you've done the same thing to this person. And to a couple of the other ones. Yes, you have.
And then it just brought a lot of people out. Look what she did to me.
Okay, why is my internet going? Oh my God.
But here's the thing though, Scotty girl, she lied about it. She lied about it. She sent a text message from her phone. I have screenshots. I never told her that I didn't have any money to buy my grandson a birthday gift. You did. I didn't tell her that I didn't have money for food, that I didn't have no food, that I didn't have no money for food. You did. You told her what you had in the 3 things you had in your refrigerator. She knew what you had. You just drank your last Dr. Pepper. She knew that you had no gas and it took diesel. What do you mean? You told her. And then, you call her a liar. When I see the text messages, I see them with my own eyes. I was on the phone when you told somebody you had no money for a birthday gift, and then she gives you $575 in 3 days, and you call her a scammer. She gives you the money to bless you, and you call her a scammer. You can't say I'm sending you a blessing and then say you got scammed. Well, she did get scammed because she lied. She lied. And she's done it to other people, too. She's borrowed for the same exact reasons recently and in the past and still hasn't given her money back. What do you mean? She thought she was doing a good thing and trying to help somebody. But she also lied about being with somebody. She just got back from vacation and bought all these things. Fuck. She was just live. The last live she just did, right before this, the day of, in fact, was showing off what she bought herself on Amazon. But she didn't have. But one day ago, you didn't have money for gas, food, and a gift. When you tell somebody that, when somebody blesses you because the blessing was her blessing her with the money because she said she didn't have it, it becomes a scam when you do have it and you lied about it and you still take the money. It's a shame that somebody that just wants to help people, anybody, it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody on YouTube. She said
That is sad that these things happen, but I want to get on to the Molly stuff.
somebody that she didn't even freaking know.
Yeah, you don't know somebody like that, and you're going to give them that kind of money.
I just think about it, and then you call her a scammer, and then you ask not to. Then I asked. She said that she didn't go on vacation with her fiance that she just got engaged to with a nice ring. She did great, and then the next day, that's when she called her a scammer, and that's when she called her a liar, and me a liar, and that's when other people started saying, well, she asked me, she did the same thing to me for her birthday gift, she did the same thing to me for gas, so I was like, nope. I was like, you need to send it all back to her. And it's still, that's my stuff saying 75 is a blessing. Not for her, for the grandson.
So now they want her to give it all back, so
and then, you too, yep.
They outed her from their community.
Wonderful evening as well. Yeah, because Joan, I know Navy Vet wanted to hurt me for this, but I felt like, because she hates when I say this, but I felt some type of responsibility because I added Navy Vet on that phone call to introduce them. And I felt I was responsible for it. I did. And I was upset, embarrassed, and I had to try to get her money back. And even though I wasn't able to get all of it, I was happy enough to say, okay, at the time, at least she got 300 out of the 575, and it wasn't the whole 575 that was lost.
So they got her money back.
I felt in my heart that I was doing the right thing.
So they got her some of her money back. They hounded this woman and but they still threw her out of their little clique. Wouldn't be surprised if she faked her death for insurance. Oh my God. Yeah, I want to get
I still feel that way. I know people are saying things about me. Yeah, she does have a grandson, yes. People were saying some things about me because I was talking about it, and I had my, I don't know if I did or didn't, or people were dropping my cash app or whatnot, or if I had my back on. It felt some way that I was talking about somebody being scammed and then having my info out like that. It wasn't my intentions, Like right now, like I took it down because I'm talking about it, because that's the last thing I want people to think about me. And then the people that I care about that matter to me don't feel that way about me. So that's what. Up
until this stream, that's exactly what you did every stream. In fact, within minutes of being on stream, you do your e-begging thing. But anyway, I want to get on to the Molly stuff.
I'm happy about. There's things that I talk to Navy every day, and just knowing the type of person she is. Hey, Danielle, I can't. One of the reasons why she called me when she was there to see what I wanted as a souvenir. I was thinking to myself, damn, you didn't even give me what I wanted in a raffle other than give me something from damn Palm Beach, wherever the fuck it was. We all know that. We all know that, Navy Vet. You're good. Hi, Michelle. Get some rest, honey. Okay, honey.
Will you please get on with it?
You're the reason upset. Oh. You took it the same way? Yeah, it's kind of like came in, dropped some knowledge, and then left. Like.
She's supposed to be talking about Molly, and now we're not talking about Molly. She's upset that someone got more money out of Navy Vet than she did. Wow. Where'd you go, Jilly?
I know, it is a dead end. I think we all took it that way. Did we all take it that way? Like, I felt like, what do you mean? But they came here to say that she is not okay. She's going through it mentally, but yet she did it to herself. Like, it doesn't even know what happened. I don't know what happened, but I talked to her, and she's not doing good at all. She's really bad mentally. Okay, well, she did it to herself. No one did it to her. No one told her to do anything. She did it.
Are we talking about? You're supposed to be doing your Molly stream to sell Molly back to everybody.
I don't know. Anyways, Oh shit! I got a busy day tomorrow. And my show is on right now. It's taping. I'd like to watch it after it's over, so I could like fast forward it and shit. Drop a like you watching it, or did you not watch it yet? Anybody else watch?
Okay, so
I think
you're
I
not
need
going to
that.
talk
Need
about the
sleep. Yeah, me
funeral?
too. Okay, sorry. I'm not a cheater. Guess what, y'all? I cheated. Oh no. I was only. Once people get to know him, people like him better than they like me. They think I'm the lucky one. I'll say along, so I'll be. No, I'm a lucky.
Okay, I've had enough of that. I thought she was going to go into the funeral thing, but she didn't. I think it's this one.
Like last night.
Let me read some of the chat while I find this.
Just so Ryan will hear it.
Oh, well, I couldn't even imagine. My dad used to have rigs, and it was crazy. He'd have 18 rigs on the road at one time. He had a lot of drivers. But now today, oh my gosh, it's crazy. Wow. I'm trying to find the part where she talks about the funeral. But she's actually live right now talking about Molly. But I had wanted to do the VADA stuff, but for some reason I'm not. You guys can't hear the restream. So I can't do that. We can listen to Betty though, because Betty really had a bad day. But I don't want to do the VADA thing without showing the receipts because then, it, yeah, I I want to do the receipts. I want whenever I can show you the videos, but for some reason it's not playing on the restream right. So, oh Charlotte, I don't even want to know what you're doing. I haven't checked on you in a minute. So let me read some of the chat while this is loading. Restream's chat works differently. I want to get to the one where Betty sure had a lot to say. Let's see what everyone's saying in the chat. Everything what happened to VADA today. Video today on Queen Bee. What? There was a video today on about VADA on Queen Bees. I didn't see it. What happened? LB is sitting back watching Puny implode. Yeah, she's enjoying it, but LB's a snake. A snake never changes. Wow, the internet's really slow. So let's see what I'm not shocked. I haven't watched her in months and months. Some good laughs did happen though. Yeah, I haven't watched. I didn't see that today, so but it's different, I'm sure. I I laid it out. I spent time clipping the clips to show the proof for her and everything. It makes me mad that I can't show it, but For some reason, when I share, it's not letting me. But we'll listen to Bullhorn Betty here. Y'all want to hear the? She really. This is the. Do you want to do the phone call? Or she actually, because she said some stuff after the phone call. That was funny. She was upset. I still cannot believe that woman called the FBI sober. I still want to know what's in that coffee cup because that's not normal behavior. You, you called the FBI to tell them somebody you've never met, you don't know if it's male or female, spelled the word grift in your YouTube channel. And I don't even think he got it all out. But she knew he was putting the letters in one at a time. He or she, I don't know. But Betty don't know either. That's what was funny. And then she muted the phone call so we couldn't hear. And I could imagine what the person on the other end of that call, that FBI agent that took that call, or it could have been an assistant or something. But I'm sure that whole office got a good freaking laugh because by the way she was talking, she didn't stop talking. Okay, so why don't you want to load?
4 a.m. and 4:25 a.m. But we do know basically.
But she really actually, I don't know if she stayed on the phone all that time with them. I'm wondering if maybe she wasn't talking to someone else because that was a long time.
Not next month. But we don't know. We don't know. But if they have enough, I reached out to.
I can't remember if the call was from her bedroom or the couch.
Give me just a second, guys.
I don't think it was this one. But we'll just listen to what she's got to say about the DNA. Here she goes to the beach, which she lives within minutes of the beach, I'm sure. And she never spends much time at the beach. I'm just curious as why she was there. But she's got a lot to say about the Kohlberger case. And, you know, she's the legal eagle here. She knows it all. And she knows all about DNA and how long it should take and how long it shouldn't take. And
Referring back to certain documents because, all this stuff. I went back, I was referring back to certain documents because, all this stuff all working together. And while I was reading it, what I found was odd. It was like a light bulb went off my head this morning while I was on my live when we were starting to discuss the DNA aspect of it because, the DNA, what was on the state's response, they're not wanting to give the genetic testing over to the defense. And in my opinion, it's discoverable. It should go to the defense because I feel like it was the nexus from him just being unknown to them having a familial DNA type of match. And when I was reading, we went back to the Brett Payne affidavit, and it was the last paragraph.
And guys, that's her video because she's outside at the beach.
Of the last page of the Brett Payne affidavit. And it basically said something like, we collected the trash. This is in Pennsylvania. They were talking about Pennsylvania because this was the affidavit that was submitted for the arrest warrant, for Brian Koberger's arrest warrant. And what I found very, very odd in that the affidavit is that
you know what? I got Jilly Bean's other live to finally load. Do y'all want to hear that? And we can get back to Bullhorn? Because this was her part, sipping bad for Molly. And where did it start and where did it go for you? Y'all want to do that or you want to finish this? I think I'll do this. And that way I can do Betty all together. I'm sure everybody's.
That you guys probably like isn't as cool as I want it to be because it is.
It is what? Where'd you go, Jilly?
I can do videos and share some things. I got a few. Do you want that? And I was like, yeah, because I like that type of food, you know? That's such a great thing to eat.
So far, she's not talked about Molly.
There's a lot more.
30 minutes in, and she's not talking about
You feeling
Molly.
good today? I'll find a way.
She's.
I will send somebody maybe that phone us for a while now. And what happened was unbelievable, and we just couldn't believe it. I truly miss seeing her on these tubes. We all do. That was so sweet, Kia. And she misses everyone too, you know. And even, you know, a lot of people are over there on kick also. Some are, some aren't. But
No, it's not a lot.
it's just not the same, you know. Yeah, Ro. Go get her. Go get Navy Vet, Ro.
I'm loading.
Today was a shitty day.
I'm loading the blank screen phone call and stuff up. I think.
I'm still blessed. I'm here.
Okay, we are
I
35 minutes into it's Let's Talk Some Molly Go Lightly. Where did it start for you? Almost 40 minutes in, and she has yet to talk about Molly other than to say that she's missed.
she had posted yeah, it's definitely not the same. I have a bad migraine. Changed me out totally. Oh boy. I hope you're feeling better, Joan. If you need anything, let me know. Anything from the store, you're just not feeling good, any medicine, anything, just let me know. Give me a holler. Apparently, um, the what do you call her? Still reaching out to people in Patreon and in out Patreon. And she's just asking people to just please go ahead and block her.
Okay, get on with them.
I don't wish anything bad on Christy whatsoever. I don't think that you watched a couple lives of her, and I'm sorry. I'm sure you did too, guys, girl. Like
Christy, I wonder if that's
you
who,
go
or
live
who I think it is.
things all the time. I think every live that you've made on her that I was in, whether it was for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or an hour or two, even on the
Yeah.
phone, you know, the few times that we did talk.
Okay, she's not talking about Molly.
And then it just brought a lot of people out. Look, she did say like she didn't have it. So I moved it to 500.
Okay. We're almost done with this live. I fast forwarded through it all. She has not talked about Molly. And this was supposed to be all about Molly. Instead, it's about her doing this, doing that, trying to, she wants to get money together to go spend the weekend with Molly. But about maybe that giving money to people. It's about the same stuff. I'll go back to Betty.
But that's my story for a rainy day. Yeah, I grabbed my clothes, my drawers, and
She didn't say anything about Molly.
once people get to know him, people like him. No.
Nope. She didn't say anything about Molly. That was all supposed to be about Molly. And she didn't talk about Molly. I don't know. But this really threw me off tonight because it won't work for me to play what I wanted to play, and I put it all together so nicely. Oh, this is when Betty goes into that restaurant and spends all her son's money on an outrageous lunch. And she shows the food and the menu, and it's outrageously priced. It has to be in this one. Uh-huh. What do you guys think about Betty admitting that she uses the money from her channel to pay for these? Where's the phone call at? Yeah, it only takes seconds to minutes, Betty. Okay, that wasn't it. I thought it was that one for sure. But she was really pissed when she called the FBI. Is she back in a hotel again? Oh no, she's showing a video from the hotel. We'll go back to this one.
They shipped it to the Idaho State Lab for processing. This was on December 27th. And by December 28th, they had a positive match for familial DNA at 100% that the DNA tested was his father.
Yeah,
So I've
Stargazer.
done some extensive research on this specific topic of the DNA and all this other stuff. And listen to this.
Yeah, Helen, I do believe she did get money and didn't go and blamed it on Molly canceling or something. Yeah.
The minimum it takes is 2 days. So I don't know how they got a positive DNA result back so quickly. And I don't know why I did not pay attention to that when we first read the Brett Payne affidavit. But it clearly said the 27th. They collected the trash on the 27th. That same day, they shipped it off to the Idaho State Police. And that by the 28th, they had that positive result back. And the 29th, we know, was the arrest warrant was issued at 2:22, signed by Judge Megan Marshall, to arrest Brian Coker.
Okay. Betty, you don't think the FBI can, or the TBI, can get a DNA result when they want it? You know, I mean, come on. You're really going to question them about the DNA, okay? Where's your source? Did you Google it? You probably did, didn't you?
In Pennsylvania, in the Pocono fountains. But my question is I did some more research on it because I'm like, this stuff takes hours. The extraction alone to extract the DNA, it takes hours. And then you still have to go through the hours process of amplifying that before you can even test it. I wonder if he did an ancestor DNA and they matched with that. See, and that is where I think this whole Brady disclosure may be coming in, because in that affidavit, it was the Idaho State Police that basically said they had a positive confirmation. But I actually think it was the genealogy testing. And again, even if it wasn't the genealogy testing, they did it. It was still connected to the case. And quite frankly, I believe the defense is entitled to it. I don't think they're not going to be able. I think the judge is going to order them to turn it over, just for due diligence purposes. If it's not going to be brought into court, it's not going to be brought into court. But doesn't mean that the defense isn't entitled to that. And I don't want anything screwing this case up, because I do not want Brian Koberger having more appeals than he's already going to file when this is all said and done. So we need to try to limit that as much as possible. And they need to turn it over. They need to turn it over. So good morning, or good afternoon, everybody. I know we already have like 98 people in the chat, and I'm actually.
And Betty, they will get all the evidence. I mean, the state has no choice but to give it to them. In case you didn't know that.
I'm going to look up that DNA. Because I've already posted a short of Mama Bullhorn. I went over and checked on Mama Bullhorn. She was already. I looked through the window, and my stepdad. You never know when he's sleeping because he works odd hours. And so when I got there, I looked through the window and I didn't see any lights on in the living room and kitchen. So I go over to the access panel, to open the garage. And so I go in that way, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? How'd you get past security? Because I called security. I am security. No. And so I go in.
That tackle. And by the way, the stuff in this video is covered under fair use. Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. And it is just my opinion. For some reason, on Respring, my banner is not working, and I don't want to give Betty any chances.
Call. They weren't expecting me. I just popped out. I'm like, okay, I'm coming over. And I made the decision to get out of the house, and I went and see my mama. And her and I crawled up on the bed and hung out for a little bit. And I was speaking to one of my friends on the phone about a situation. And then I forgot to call my friend back. Oops. And then my stepdad calls and says, lunch is ready. He made my mom a lasagna and mashed potatoes. Lasagna and mashed potatoes. I know you're probably saying lasagna and mashed potatoes, because my best friend said the same thing. And then when I went over to her house, her sister said the same thing when I told her what it was. And she's like, lasagna and mashed potatoes. I said, it's good. Whatever, right? So I left there because I was going to go home.
By the way, I'm Googling it right now. And it says the Rapid DNA Initiative enrolls a qualified university's DNA profile, and the code is during the booking process within 24 hours. Okay, so how long does it take to get the results? It says that they can find out in about 90 minutes if an individual. We can try. That's if they use CODIS. 24 to 72 hours, Betty. So you're wrong. They can get it within 24 hours. It says it right here. They are the FBI, or the TBI. So you didn't look it up very well, because here's what it says. It can take as long as 14 days for other things, but they can get something in as little as 24 hours. Clearly didn't do all this research you talked about, Betty. I'm just saying, I looked it up right now, and it didn't take me that long. Is the sound still off? And I would have been so pissed if I gave her money and then showed up at Orange Man rally and says she's using the money raised on her crime channel to go to these rallies. Yeah, I'd be pissed. And you know that's exactly what she's doing. And she'll look for whatever, there's some kind of crime somewhere, and she'll act like that's why she's going there. But come on, she didn't put much into. And to make it look like she drove to the house, what's that showing? What is that showing? You only did that because the rally got canceled. The second day of the rally, the first day you were there, we seen the interview. But she definitely didn't look up DNA and how long it could take the FBI, because it says they can get it in 24 to 72 hours, but it can span up to 2 weeks. So they could have something back in 24 hours. It did say it could span, if there's a lot of evidence that they're extracting DNA from, I'm sure it could take a lot of time. But they can have a result in as little as 24 hours. So she clearly didn't research anything. Is she going to talk about food? What is with these people and talking about food all the time?
Backyard's a hot mess with all the stuff, the debris from the hurricane. I still haven't had an opportunity to get that cleared out. You know, I've been getting
Wow, that was months ago. Months ago, Betty.
But other than that, I haven't really done
And you didn't get that. You didn't get hurt any damage from the hurricane. What are you talking about?
the backyard. So I've been out with that. The fences are falling. Well, the fences fell through portions of the fence, not the whole fence. The portions, like
But not because of the
I think
hurricane.
it's 6 or 7, maybe 8 sections of the fence have fallen. And there's a chain link. We just put that wood fence because we had the dogs. We put that wood fence around on the inside of the chain link. So I still have a whole chain link fence there. I really don't need that wood. I'm probably going to fix the back gate because my back of my property borders, a mobile home. It's a nice mobile home park. It's a 55 and up mobile home park, but it still backs up to the mobile home park. And I really don't want them being able to see over the fence, the chain link. So I'll probably fix the wood in the back section of.
No, you won't. You're too cheap, Betty. You'll have your subs fix it. But yeah, it didn't come down because of a storm. But anyway, I'm going to fast forward a little bit and speed her up because she takes forever to talk.
You know what? I'm surprised that they haven't moved to. There's this. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this. It's super organic green grass, and it's called micro clovers. It's micro clover.
Oh, she's going to tell us about grass now.
It's beautiful, lush green lawn. The micro.
Okay. Don't want to hear it.
But the micro clovers. That's it. Micro clovers.
I don't want to hear her talking about grass. She's an expert on everything: the law, DNA, crimes, people, now grass.
Different things. So I watched it. So one of these newscast articles was talking about, it was agriculture, and like, people are really not utilizing some really good micro clovers. Or like, it's the best for gardening, or it's not. It looks like it's weeds on your fruit and vegetables.
Okay. I don't want to hear that.
You know how long as soon as it can be processed? 2 days. According to I do. So, and you know how I feel about using other people's research.
No, it's 24 to 72 hours.
It is 2 days. 2 days because it's processed DNA. So I still I can't figure out how they got the DNA profile.
Because they can do it in 24 hours.
At 2:22 p.m. This is an issue for me, and it's not that I don't think that they have the right guy. I do think they have the right guy, but it's all about following the process properly and making sure there is no loopholes he can get out of. And that's my biggest concern right now, this whole DNA issue, with them having it within 24 hours. I said that this morning on my.
You're the only one that has an issue with the DNA, Betty. And it does say that the FBI, because they have the resources, can do it in 24 hours. So yeah.
I'm going to say it again. I don't believe it. It's just there's no possibility. There literally is no possibility of that DNA coming back with a hit.
There's no possibility.
And it's good for pests.
Then how did they get him indicted? Just asking.
Also heard, what was it? Lemon pine salt keeps rodents away potentially. I've also heard like borax is great for a non-toxic.
How do you go from talking about mass unalignments? I don't want to say the word because YouTube puts you in the yellow for everything. To talking about borax. What?
The whole microclover thing's pretty interesting.
Oh, back to the microclovers.
The birds sound so pretty. I know the seagulls. Yeah. Betty is always learning from you. Oh, Betty, I'm always learning from you. Oh, thank you. Life lessons. They were just comparing two DNA samples. One they got off the sheep and one the parents. So processing time is shorter since the VADA database. And no. And I don't like your name because I don't think you're the real Papa Rogers. And if you were the real Papa Rogers, that was so analytical, you would know the difference. No, that's incorrect. That's absolutely wrong.
Nope, you're absolutely wrong.
Just the collection of the DNA. You have to pull DNA. It's going to take more than 24 hours to extract the DNA from the sample and then also amplify it. This is processes that takes hours, multiple hours to do.
Betty, I just looked it up. It did say 24 to 72 hours. There's a lot that they're going to be extracting from crime scenes because there'd be so many pieces. It could take up to 14 days, but they can get a result in 24 hours. They are the FBI.
Do. That's why it's so. So I want to know how they got the DNA back so quickly. That's going to be a major issue for me. And not maybe Papa Roberts, maybe you just like that name and you decide to use it. I don't know, but I'm sorry, but I just disagree with you on that front. Now I do believe that the actual comparison.
Yeah, she's telling people that clover is a weed that takes over your lawn. Stargazer, she's telling people that you can go buy these micro clover patches and it's the newest grass. She wants them to replace, yeah. Oh, but these people are saying that she teaches them good life lessons and yeah, okay. She had 4 different licensing companies under her name. She's a CEO of a husband company that was never launched. But she bankrupt. Oh, wow.
They extract it, amplify it, and compare it. I do agree with you that the processing would be longer because they already have those profiles from the sheep, like you said. But I'm talking that's the comparison process. They still had to extract the DNA from the garbage. They had to ship the DNA to the Idaho State Police Lab first, and that takes hours. That's not going to be there. You're talking about hours. So depending on when they collected the sample, what the processing was of the sample, then they had to get it shipped most likely immediately overnight. I don't know how they could have gotten that to them without overnighting it. But say that they had a plane and they flew the darn thing, flew the evidence over there, and it took 5 or 6 hours to get. You're still looking at the afternoon or late evening of the 27th. And Idaho State, from my understanding, is that those lab processing days run 24 hours a day. They don't stop. People are there 24 hours a day processing information. And if that's true, at least for the Idaho State Police Lab, then it would have been expedited and immediately processed. But there's still another layer that goes into it because they have to clean the area. There's a lot of sanitization and a lot of processes that go into the processing of this before they can even open the evidence to start processing it through the normal channels and getting that DNA extracted. The reason why I'm very well aware of this process is because we've heard about it. We have not only heard about it extensively in the Alec Murdaugh trial, but we also heard about some of this DNA extraction more so in the Latisha trial, which gives us this idea of process. So I'm not talking about the actual comparison of one sample to the other in that process. I'm talking just to get the profile of the DNA off the garbage. That's going to take hours upon hours, and it typically takes 2 days to extract DNA. So I, again, am questioning.
No, it don't, Betty. And you don't think they were ready for those samples? I'm just saying, Betty. For you, well, never mind.
How they were able to turn it around in several hours. To me, it seems next to impossible. And with it being a genealogy match to the father, I'm starting to think that they did run that test with the genealogy site, and they were just waiting to collect the evidence, and that evidence being in the Idaho State Police Lab before they did the arrest record. They knew it was going to match because they had already done the genealogy testing, which I believe was the nexus over to him being identified, and therefore it is discoverable.
It's a DNA
And
test.
they're fighting with it. But that's just my thing. They said, no, I'm started at first saying I'm not Papa Rogers, and if it was a joke for another child, okay, yeah, that's right. So I get it, but no, rapid DNA analysis now allows police to process DNA samples in less than 2 hours, whereas older processing might take 24 to 72 hours. All right, let me look at this. I'm going to have to.
That's exactly what I just read about the rapid DNA. And you don't think that TBI or the state police or the FBI don't have the equipment to rapid test? Okay.
So you're going to have to hold on while
I thought you said you already researched it.
Look into it.
Wait a minute. You said you already researched this. Now you're saying you got to look into it? You can't have it both ways, Betty. It took me a matter of 30 seconds to find it. Really. But you claim you did this already. But now you're going to look into it. Are you going to go back to talking about micro clovers again? Because I'm not planting them in my yard. I'm just not. They overtake your yard. Okay? My husband's too finicky about his yard.
I guess they would use it in a lab for preliminary results, but I would think it would still have to go through the same process. And I don't know. Because even if it was only
you don't know.
Only 1 to 2 hours, I don't know. There's something with the DNA I don't like, and I just want them to explain because there's a lot of fight about this genealogy testing. And I kind of feel like they did this genealogy testing off the DNA off the sheep and already kind of identified who it was, and they're trying to keep that from the defense. Potentially, perhaps. I don't know.
Maybe they did get some off the sheet. You don't know that, Betty. Um, Again, you're wrong about things, Betty. Which you often are, Betty. But I really want that other video. I
Sorry,
want the
guys.
video of the phone call.
You're on here and you're explaining this because I did a search on Google about the DNA and it said 2 days up to 10 weeks. And I was talking to somebody about potential rapid DNA. I don't know how reliable it is, and I haven't had. We're looking at state labs, so I didn't think they did anything rapid. To be honest with you, I have to be honest with you. So spent too much time in genetic biology not to make a correction on the technology. I understand. That's fair enough. What do you think with the DNA? Let me ask you this then. With the DNA. The whole processing of the DNA. So you have the DNA on the the clip, the tab, the button of the sheet. You take that, you collect that sample. Now you have a full profile, and it seems like they identified a full profile based upon the Pain affidavit. With the match of the father, do you believe it would be probable that they check the genealogy sites before they process the garbage? I guess is my question. Also, Coburger's neighbor said he talked to him about how he submitted his DNA to Ancestry website. If he did that, he would have used his name, address. All police needed to do was send it to them. Yeah, and I actually reached out to Ancestry DNA and asked them, this was months ago, and asked them if they were going to be assisting Moscow police in genealogy testing related to the Moscow murders, and they never responded back or said no comment or anything. They just didn't respond back. But I did send it to them, and shortly after that, we heard that about genealogy testing. I thought it was a rumor that they used it, but now it's becoming a contentious over this motion to compel in the case. So clearly, it really did happen. They did test they must have done some type of genealogy testing because they're trying to claim it as work product, and I don't think I think it's discoverable. But what do you think based on this, they would have had that insight prior to collecting the trash? Do you know how? Well, I guess maybe a better question for you, Papa Rockers. Do you think it would be? What am I trying to ask? So it's your belief with all the rapid DNA that they would have had time to get it back. And since you are bio, tell me the process that they take. Because I know they have to clean the surfaces. They have to go in there, and there's a huge process in processing DNA. Now, is rapid DNA, when they have a sample, so they already have a DNA profile, and now they need to match that profile. You're saying the rapid DNA actually extracts the DNA and amplifies it in a rapid process, or are you saying that once they collect the DNA, go through the DNA of the extraction of the DNA and the amplification, then it goes to the rapid DNA results for comparison? I just want to make sure I understand what you're saying here. So you're saying that everything's done in 1 to 2 hours, or you're just saying the comparison aspect? Once they have extracted the DNA and amplified the DNA, the actual comparison is 1 to 2 hours.
Boxes of rocks are more intelligent than this water.
Rhonda, actually, it's funny. I had an insurance client, whenever I was selling insurance, and she was like, she had a beautiful house. I don't know how she made all of her money, but she was like really hippie and salt of the earth, and she didn't like chemicals. She didn't like anything chemical, so she didn't. She used all essential oils and natural stuff. And she swears, she says peppermint oil is the best deodorant. You just put a little dip if you don't like deodorant, because some deodorants, from my understanding, cause cancer.
How do we go? We're talking about DNA in a major crime, a major murmur, multiple murmurs, to micro clothes to plant in your yard, to overtake your yard, and now we're talking about using stuff as deodorant. While we're talking about DNA not being good.
And actually, I was talking to, who was I talking to? I was talking to a lady on the plane back home. I really was. And she was she lives over in Dubai. She was raised in Sarasota, and so she really loved Dubai. So she just happened to be coming and visiting friends, and she had visited somebody on the other side of the country. She was coming to Sarasota to visit more friends. And I was talking to her, she's really into all this natural and stuff like that. And we got into the cancer talk, and she said, people don't realize what they're doing to themselves. She's like, these products that you put in your homes, like the aerosols, those auto aerosols, those are toxic chemicals to make your house smell beautiful. They're toxic chemicals that you're spraying all over your house and you're breathing into your lungs. Spicy interruption. The DNA can be done within hours. Uploading to GenMatch takes minutes. GenMatch is most likely what was used, as most LE use it for genetic comparison. Okay.
Yeah, Betty, that's what I've been trying to tell you. It took me a whole 30 seconds to look that up. But you said you researched it a lot before you did this. You didn't even look it up, because you can have the info in seconds, honey. Jeez, and you're not even going to admit you were wrong.
understand the DNA. Like we have an idea of what it is, but we don't understand it, right? Let's be honest.
Oh, now you don't understand it.
Dedication to really understand DNA, how it works, where you get it, how you extract it. You know, let's be honest. We, us people, us lay people out here, have no freaking clue. We listen to the professionals and we nod our heads. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Right? So, to all those people out there, do you think that this this DNA processing, does this not spark any curiosity in here? Because we are making the assumption that it was done rapidly. We are making that assumption. Now, granted, that is a good assumption to make. Now that I realize that there is a product out there like that. So it's not, we're not going too far. I mean, it's not like we're going down.
Oh, now you realize now that everybody in your chat told you that you clearly didn't do your research that you claim you did. Now you believe. Okay.
But with what if we found out this wasn't a rapid test? What if we found out there?
She's not going to let it go.
And that's what they're trying to allege. I'm glad to know that there is a rapid process, though. I really am. Scorpio in the house, hey Scorpio, nice to see you, love bud.
No, you're not. You look at your face. You were so pissed that your chat called you out. And it took a while for you to get it, and you still won't totally get it. You still won't admit it or agree with it. So you're going to go with the what ifs. But your face says it all. You're pissed.
Instead of just tuning in, we're just having a discussion. I'm glad we're having a discussion because I actually learned a lot just in this little bit. We've only been on the on here for like 25 minutes, and I've already learned that there is a rapid DNA test. So was the rapid DNA test used, or was the normal process followed? That would be very interesting. But based on, I guess, the timing, it would be a good good critical thinking to actually think that it was a rapid test. But again, I didn't know it. What does it say here?
You didn't know
yes, it's
it
strange how
you
they
didn't
get
look.
Brian's DNA back. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But we did have somebody that came in here and told us that the DNA is there is a rapid test for DNA. So I do believe if that's the case, then that does kind of explain it a little bit.
Like I said, Betty, it says 24 hours. Yeah, I didn't want to hear it though. You still aren't good with it. Yeah.
So
next time you say you've researched something, how about really doing it? Because it really was like the quickest research ever. Within seconds, you have your answer. So it wouldn't have taken any of your precious time.
Anyways, guys, I figured I didn't want to do yard work. It was starting to get a little too hot outside, and I was going to go home. And I'm like, well, if I get home and it's too hot to go outside, then I'm going to be stuffed up in the house. And it's kind of really where I'm trying to stay out of, is being stuffed up in the house. And we got, look at that, we got a seagull. Seagull. But it's just nice. I don't know.
Don't
look
up at them. They'll poop in your face.
And I don't know. I just was able to, have some reflection time. It's just been kind of cool. So, yeah. Just kind of getting on with my day. Just getting on with my day. Getting out and about. Anyways, guys, I've got to get back to the house, get the house cleaned up. My aunt's going to be coming in. My mom told me, I can't remember what time my aunt's getting in. Anyways, my aunt's going to be staying with me for at least a couple days. And I thought I was going to have to fly out for the 25th. I told her, she's like, you're going to be here for me? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be here for you. I said, but if not, you could have just locked up the house. But the back room used as my, wardrobe, so to speak. So I got clothes all over the bed there. So I couldn't get the clothes.
Okay, she's leaving the beach. So I'm going to go. I got the other video of her just really having a lot to say. Oh, she's a trip. I don't get Betty. I don't get people that give her money, but they do. Just like that expensive lunch the other day. I need a mic badly. I think that would help solve a lot of my problems. A mic. I'm going to have to get one here eventually. Oh, she has the proof that she is part of that family. Isn't going to answer her about someone else's test. What I've told. Yeah, she definitely didn't know what she was talking about. I'm going to take this. I'm going to do it on the iPad instead of my phone. But I already have it loaded on my phone. Okay, she's gonna start taking calls here. This is funny. She gets so upset. She puts that number out there for people to call in, but when they do, she gets so upset. Oh, Betty, give it up with the DNA. Oh, she's back to the genealogy again. Yes, it is. I don't want to fast forward. We already did this part. Oh, you should see her face. She's like she just made this huge discovery that the DNA isn't his, and the state's wrong, and he's gonna get off, and I'll get up. Yeah. Wow. Rapid DNA, which you already know about. You just went over this on your beach outing just a couple minutes ago that I just played. Why are you going over it again? You already know there's rapid DNA, but let's fast forward it because we already went over that. Okay, she opened the phone lines. Here she goes. She gets pissed to some of these people. And like I said, we deal with DNA processing all of the time on this channel. How are they able to get this back so quickly? The turnaround time. Can somebody explain that? What is your perspective? Was this a rush job? Did somebody? I don't want to say that they violated the law or anything like that. That's not where I'm going. All I'm going. Oh yeah, it's pretty much what you said. And you're talking about taking trash, shipping it back to Idaho testing it, and providing results in a matter of hours. No, it was 24 hours, and it's rapid DNA, and it can be done. Can you move on to your calls, please? Did they have? Is there a preliminary test? Maybe we need to look at that identifies that's a quick test, an instant test, if you will, so to speak. And how accurate is that instant test? Now we're getting into a whole different type of argument here with this because I'm looking at this, and we have an affidavit that is attested to. That is attested to on 12/29, and they were able to collect evidence and get accurate. Oh, she got a call. She'll stop and talk now. Good morning, Mrs. Betty. Hi, good morning, Miss Betty. I have not cussed this morning, but I will promise you, while I was out there in Minnesota, you would need to blush. I did, I think. I've been saying on you, Miss Betty. I did. God, okay. Good morning, love. How are you? Okay. I got a couple things that come to mind. Because I'm not an expert on DNA, so I'm still trying to understand how you do it. But what I have noticed is that they got this rapid test that we take for COVID. I mean, pregnancy and so on and so forth. Right. So this is that level. I mean, this way. That's an amazing question. I don't have the answer. Betty, Google it. It takes a couple seconds. You'll get the answer. And that's what I was thinking. Is there possible that there is? You've made 4 or 5 lives about this because you think you outed the state. And even after because we just heard you in your beach video say that you now know about the rapid DNA testing, you're still running with it? Okay. Some kind of rapid type of testing because we deal with forensics all the time. We know the time constraints and how long it takes for us to get any kind of stuff back. And for them to be collecting this on the 27th and still have to ship it to Idaho, Idaho has to test it, report it, and then get that over to an attorney, the judge from the collection to it's starting up like less than 24 hours. Well, I was looking at the blood test. I mean, you take a spot, and you take and draw that out of that and put it on the just like we do with the check and see if you got COVID. Everybody got it. Yeah. But those I think they got antibodies that put that second line on there or the plus sign on there. But this would be testing to see if it's basically a random testing. They have a DNA profile from a single strand of DNA on the clip of the knife, and they're having to test some other biological information or biological stuff from trash can. And I don't know if that. I mean, because even if you did test it on a rapid test, it will come back negative because it's not his DNA, but it's his parents' DNA. So I don't know. I guess I'm just confused about this. This is really crazy for me. But when they run that test, they give a percentage of it in you or whatever. But that's a percentage of the 99 to the 95 that falls in that family. Because I've noticed that their tax test, if it's animal or if it's human or what it would be, it falls in the category. I'm going to move on to the next caller, guys. Because it's getting late and I want to get into the fun stuff. So, thank you so much. And people are giving her money. She's getting super chats and super stickers. You people are giving her money, but she doesn't use it for the trips for the cases. She uses it for her personal political stuff that she says time and time again on video and on her lives that she is her channel is not political. It's not about her politics. It's about true crime. But yet you're using the money that you're getting and telling these people you're going on cases, but you're going to Trump rallies. But that's not grifting. That's not scamming. Okay.
I'm so sorry I'm on here. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hi, this is Mel, and I'm calling from South Carolina. Hi, Mel. How do you choose the cases you follow? Does this have anything to do about the topic of discussion that we are talking about? Yeah. Okay. So we're discussing the Brian Koberger case and the DNA profile. Did you have any comments on that? No, not that particularly. Just I know that you chose to go with the Idaho 4 case, and I've seen you on some of the other cases you've done, and I wondered how you choose the cases you do. So the cases I do are very simple. We start with developing cases, okay? So that means that when smaller news organizations broadcast cases. First of all, I pull any case that I think my audience is interested. That's why I have my videos, is I pull in a bunch of different other cases, oddities, and things of that nature. But cases that I actually dive into are ones that make me think, that are puzzles, that are curious in nature, something that's not so cut and dry. This was one that's curious in nature. It was a classic whodunit. There was no connection, seemingly, from this guy to the Idaho 4. So it sparked my curiosity.
Betty, that's not true. You latch on to the cases that you think you can make money off of. Let's be honest. Come on now, tell the truth. It's not about that. It's what's garnering the attention that you can get more attention, that you can milk the case and get your money. That's what it's about for you.
So if it sparks my curiosity, then obviously my audience is going to be curious about it. A lot of the things that dictate whether I'm going to actually invest my time and my money and my resources into is when my audience come up and say, hey, we're very interested in this case. We want more information about this case. Here's everything that I have so far. Can you look into this case? And when my audience comes to me and I've got 4, 5, 6 people talking about the same case, it's a good indicator that my audience wants to hear about the specific case. Does that help you? Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So as far as the donations you receive. First of all, the donations I receive is none of your business. You have never donated one dime to me, and what my audience, not only that, how much money do you make where you work and where you work?
What?
I'm not going to get that information. I'm the only one that's required to provide my information to you, so you won't tell me what. No, wait a minute. I didn't say that. I was leading into a question. I know that we don't have free speech on your channel. That's not true. Everybody talks. Rude people don't have free speech on my channel. Rude. I'm not being rude. I think you're being. No, time out. You are being absolutely rude. You're talking to a person you've never met before in your life and asking about personal financial information. Who do you think you are to get that information from? You don't know me, anybody. You have no right to ask me those questions. You have no right to ask me my age, my height.
Betty's bothered.
That is none of your business. And you're from South Carolina. Did your mama teach you any better?
What?
Actually, my mother did. And the private schools I attended taught me a lot of great stuff. Oh, well, you're showing it now. You call a perfect stranger and ask them personal financial information that you have no right to even ask. And I find that offensive. I find that rude. I find that petty. I find that a wedge issue. And I think you are here to stir up problems. And I just you did not allow me to finish my question. You do not have any right to know anything. If you're not donating that money, I owe you nothing. The people that donate my money to me, I talk to on a daily basis. I have ones that come in for political reasons, YouTube reasons, all kinds of reasons. My business.
Okay, wait a minute. You keep saying your channel's not political. Betty, she was asking a question about the donors. It's not personal financial information. You really triggered, aren't you? You bothered over that. You didn't like that, huh? Because she's calling you out because you lie to your subs, Betty. You have said time and time again your channel's not a political channel. And you take the donations, so-called donations, so you can travel for the cases you're working on. Yeah, she's really bothered, and then she's going to attack this woman's upbringing because she asked a question. Didn't even get the answer, didn't even get to finish asking the question.
None of your business. No, you put it out there. No, I'm just asking a question. Then you know what you do? If you would like to know where my money is going, then donate to it. And I will start informing you where the money is going. Just like I need to pay for information. If you don't like how this channel is up and running, you are not required to be here. You're making a conscious choice to be here and act like an insane lunatic. That's your choice.
What?
I think that's a little disgraceful on your part. No, it's disgraceful for you thinking you can call my channel and derail the conversation on my channel for your petty BS. I think.
Betty, it's a call-in line. That's what it's for. She's asking you. She didn't even get to finish asking her question. You cut her off immediately. So you have no idea what the rest of the question was going to be because you wouldn't let her get a word in edgewise. You're the one freaking out. This lady's being calm, cool, and collected. You're really bothered. I love it.
For a disgusting individual, I think you need
Wow.
and go back. So you cannot allow me to finish my question about the donation because you are not discussing what we're on here to discuss. And I've already said, I'm not allowed on your channel. Let me make it clear to you. Why don't you go on my channel? Let me show you how welcome you are. Why don't you go in here and say hi so I can block you? Don't ever call this channel back and I'm blocking this number. You are okay. Okay, that's wonderful. I mean, trust me, good day to you. God bless.
Wow.
Okay, so if anybody else would
All that because a woman was starting to ask her a question about the donation she gets. She didn't let her finish the question, so she has no idea what the actual question was going to be. And she attacked this woman. She just went for her. Wow, Betty, you bothered. You busted. Because you don't want your subs to hear the truth.
call on here related to the case, you may. Any other trolls, we're just going to hang up.
She wasn't a troll. She sounded like a nice woman. She's not the one begging for donations to go to these crime scenes and these trials that you don't go to. Instead, you go to Trump rallies and you get $40 freaking bowls of soup. And by the way, you had a drink and you got behind the wheel and you had more than one. Betty, you do that quite a bit.
So you guys talk about the DNA. Please hold on. This is Lauren.
Hey, Betty, it's Troll.
Matt, how are you? Matt. I know, that's what I said. Matt, how are you doing, love?
I'm doing good. I love that last song. You couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, hey, what are you making for you? Okay, well, that's kind of funny.
What is your, yeah, where does your money go? What is the,
My money goes for any, let me tell you guys. My money goes wherever I think it goes. If I need to go somewhere and I have $1,000 in my account, I don't care where that $1,000 came from. I'm going where I need to go. If they don't like it, it's not their problem. They're not donating. Let me ask you, you donated to this channel. Do you feel like I'm squandering your money?
Nope, I just did super chat.
There you go.
And I'm proud of it.
Thank you. God bless you. I missed your super chat. I can't even pull down. I'm so far behind. I'm so far behind. I'm
So he just gave her one.
The
suit that she doesn't know the name of, yeah.
I was just sitting here, I was going over, and I'm like, something literally stopped me. I wasn't going to stop at this DNA. This DNA was just something I was going to gloss over. And then I went to this other thing. I'm like, wait a minute. These times don't, how do we get DNA confirmed back to
Okay, I just woke up. I looked at account 5:47 a.m. What's going on?
Oh, so you don't even know. So I was going through the Brian Koberger case because we had 2 new responses back from the state responses.
Yeah, I want to know.
Kind of, okay, and it just doesn't, for me, I want possible, but I don't know their rules. And that's just speculating. I'm speculating.
I didn't know if maybe like if they had the DNA or whatever, maybe they use that.
I mean, at the end of the day, their child is dead, and saying that it could be the guy down the block. Listen, the person in jail right now is Brian Koberger, not the guy down the block, not the guy down the block that has the white elantra. Okay, clearly that white elantra wasn't seen gallivanting around in the middle of the night on the night that these murders happened. Do you know who it was? Brian Koberger. What the heck was he even in that area?
If I remember correctly, JLR and her were Dolly were pointing the fingers at anybody they could, putting people's criminal histories and mugshots on, saying could they be connected, show them where they live. Wow.
Everybody's trying to say, oh, he was there for drugs with these other people. There's no connection. Like, literally, there has been no connection with those 2 people that were from that area that were arrested for these.
Well, thank God you're not running with the mafia thing or the cartel. I mean,
people from the area, they were arrested for an overdose. And I'm like, I'm sorry, this doesn't. There's no connection. People are trying to bring a connection for a story. There's no connection. Did you talk to Jerron Vandersloot being? Sorry, you talk about Jordan Vandersloot being extradited? Yes, I did. I saw that coming out, and I did make a video. I decided to stand down on that video because I was trying to pack and everything else, but I did look at that and I could see it. So for those people that don't realize, Jordan Vandersloot is actually going to be extradited to the United States from Peru. Now, this is a man that was last seen with Natalie Holloway in Aruba. So she was in Aruba. She went out with her senior class, the senior trip. This was 18 years ago, and she was seen heavily intoxicated, leaving a bar with this guy. This guy was later identified as Jordan Vandersloot. She had never been found again after being with him. There were also 2 other friends that were with him that night, and he walked away with her and came back without her. Many people, I don't know if you guys remember that. Long story short, he was never charged ever with her murder. But a few years later, he was seen leaving another bar with another young gal. That young gal wound up in a suitcase and dead. And he went into a violent rage and killed this girl and put her in a suitcase and dumped her. He is in charge and in jail for that. States for. Extortion is a horrible crime, and while there is quite a bit of time associated with that charge, if he's convicted, it's not going to be enough. It will never ever be enough. And he's serving out a very long sentence in Peru for the young lady that he murdered. And I truly believe there's more women out there that were murdered by this kid, and he was a good-looking kid. And I truly believe there's a lot more to these two girls. You don't just meet a woman and she just disappears, and then you meet another woman and she's found in a suitcase. This guy has been doing this for a while. There's more bodies. We're talking about several different continents too. So I think if people looked into Jordan Vanderson,
wow, you got it figured out.
I would go as far as to say that he is a serial killer at this moment. He's a serial killer, and he needs to be locked away forever. He is. This guy.
Betty, you can't be saying this stuff because you don't know. You have no clue. The guy does deserve to be in prison, but you're calling him a serial dude and stuff. You can't. Wow.
His face, I'm telling you, his looks would be something that many of you women out here would want to do. And he's a murderer. And he targets beautiful women. So let's kind of get redirected back over to the Brian Koberger case. We're coming up on 3 hours right now. I kind of decided I should put some of this stuff out for this afternoon.
Is that better?
My lips are peeling. I got a crack there. Peeling. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shut the phone lines down. We're going to go ahead and start moving on to a different topic. I want to go back to some of these press releases that we were seeing that came out into this case and just follow it. Because at the end of the day, we watch this case. A lot of responsible creators like myself use the press conferences at the start of the conversation. We use the press conferences at the start of the conversation. And we always started with facts on the channel. Always started with facts, but because of the lacking of facts.
Wait, let me slow it down there. I might just put it up too much.
Right. And so it took us down this winding road of information and searching and sleuthing and literally making 2 trips out there trying to locate the white line from our section. A little bit of information. And while law enforcement was doing their investigation, they were challenged. He will be extradited to Birmingham and stay in prison. Birmingham, Alabama, baby, you know what? We'll be there. That's what's happening. We'll be there. We can absolutely, and this is a sort of event for me. Because now we probably this severe process school. It was very scary.
All right.
Actually, one of the reasons why I never really aspired to travel outside the country. It really was. No, I never tried. She's never been able to get the rest. She's not somewhere. Actually, it's I think we are. We've been going 3 hours. And I'm actually what I'm going to do. Oh, is that my room?
Sound is going out again.
We got press conferences, the car, remember the car, we were looking for the car. 2011, oh, yeah, 2011, 2013, white Elantra. You know, that ended up being inaccurate information that we were told we need to listen to law enforcement and only need to. And this is where, like, mainstream media, may have this working connection.
Is the sound still going out, guys? I think it's this soundbar. Everything bad. Is it still bad? Oh. Sorry, Stargazer. Thanks for coming in. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble tonight. I had such a good stream plan too. That really bums me out. I put a lot of work into that other stream that I can't show.
Any connection, and Brian Koberger never came up one time. Not one time until he was arrested. There was literally no paper trail, virtually no social media trail, virtually no connection to these students whatsoever. And you're talking about the best of sleuths. And I'm not classifying myself as the best of the sleuths. I'm talking about the best of the sleuths working this case and did not get Brian Koberger to this case until coming through really choppy? It was good for a while. I don't know what happened. I think it's too fast to speed. A speed is awful. Okay, let me change that. Everything was, I don't know what happened. Everything was actually playing.
I'm going to be here literally all day today, but I see that we still have 402 people in here, and I'm going to try to go through some of this stuff. But, you know, if you remember from the very beginning, the timeline, oops, oh, I have it here. This is the one. So I also wanted to go through, and here's the investigative timeline. If you guys remember, let's just go back.
That's okay. All right, guys. I'm just going to end it then. I thank everybody for putting up with us tonight. I don't know what the heck is going on. I got all the settings where they're supposed to be. I don't know. But guys, thanks for coming in and hanging out with me and just dealing with this. I'm sorry. I did have it on normal. I don't know what it is. I did slow it down to I have it on normal. I don't know what happened. It was playing fine, and then it just started messing up. I don't know if it's restream. Like I said, I never used it. This first time I've used it on this computer. But my mic's good. Now I'm choppy. Okay. I don't know what's going on. But I thank everybody for hanging with me, and I'm so sorry this was so bad. I had a good stream plan. I'll get back on. I'm going to try it with OBS tomorrow. I didn't know I could stream with that. I'm going to try that. Apparently, restream isn't going to work for me with this laptop. But guys, thanks for coming in. And again, I'm sorry about all this. Hit that like button and subscribe. I did lose some because of this crap at you, but yeah. I'll get my sound figured out. That's just gonna have to wait to get a mic. But hopefully it's something I can figure out with some help from D. Kelly Outlaw. Let me see what the chat says. Yeah, I don't. Am I still real choppy? No, I'm not going to give up. I'm just getting a little bummed because I really had a good stream plan for tonight. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you. And hit me up in emails or something if you can help me with this sound. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Good night. I have helped many, trust me. Hit me up in email so we can communicate Outlaw Trucker so you can help me with this sound. But guys, thanks, and I'll see you next time. Maybe tomorrow I'll try with OBS and see if it's better. But have a good night, everybody.